20, in order to keep this at least respectable, you're going to have to douse it in fucking hot wax.
I think what they were saying is the texture of your hair doesn't do the hairstyle that you want it to do unless you treat it with all this shit.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. But why wouldn't they just tell me that?
Well, I remember when you first came home from the hairdresser, you looked exactly... Well, your hair looked exactly like Johnny Resnick's hair.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, he really did it. There it is. But then the next day, you never learned how to do it yourself.
Right.
So you never could duplicate it. You needed a hairdresser.
I tried everything. Like I was like, why the fuck is it not doing this? I bought all this shit. Oh my god, can you imagine? Can you imagine how much fucking commission that guy got off of? That guy got off of my haircut.
That was a guy?
It was a $200 haircut. First of all,
man,
just color.
Oh my god,
color and cut, $200. And this is back when I worked at Hollywood Video. Where did I get this fucking money from? I saved up to get my
it's
fucking haircut.
Yeah, it's like getting a tattoo, though. I mean, it's like, even though you can't afford it, like, you should spend money on other things. It's something that
like
you're like...
groceries?
Yeah, but it's, at that stage in your life, it's like, no. This is, I got to have a look. That's what I want.
But I know, I mean, like, why wasn't I like you, where I could have chosen a look that wasn't all over fucking MTV? Like, why did I have to go for the look of the guy that has the #1 song on the radio and is swiveling around in chairs looking through telescopes and
it's
shit?
Like, you might as well have gone in with your girlfriend and told her to get the Monica.
Yeah. Or the Rachel.
Or the Rachel.
The Rachel, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, and not to mention in this town, like if this was in New York or Chicago, like I'd probably blend in pretty good. Like, but
and maybe you would have done something different too. The person would have been like, "No, I'm not cutting your hair like that.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Your hair won't do it."
Now, how do you feel about artists that? I mean, because let's be honest. I mean, hair and stuff. I mean, it is an artistry.
Mm-hmm.
Tattoos, same thing. Like if you were ever to decide to get a tattoo, and you went into a tattoo parlor, no matter what it was, and they said, "I'm not doing that," would you respect them for that, or would you get pissed that you're a paying customer and they should do what the fuck you want them to?
See, I have, like, you're asking me now. I know the painstake. I know how much I would put into the thought. So if I walked in there and they said no, then I'd be pissed.
Okay.
But I respect the guy like you went in once with a tattoo idea, and they're like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Sure.
And they told you why. The fine print that you wanted was going to look like shit.
Well, not only that, I mean, you could tell the story.
And they're like, and it's going to take me 10 hours.
Well, okay, so for the listening audience, I had what would you call this?
It was a wraparound, like a...
Crown of thorns.
Yeah.
A crown of thorns around my left bicep. And I picked that one out of a book. And it took me about a month to find somebody else that had the exact same fucking thing on the exact same fucking arm. And I've seen them
really?
throughout the years, dude. I'll be sitting at a bar, like a crowded bar on like a fucking Friday night. And
hey,
just be like,
Tattoo Brothers.
And then I'll look over to my left and there'll be some fucking biker guy with the same fucking tattoo. And I'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Sucks.
You remember a couple weeks ago when I told you about the best man making the speech more about him and his wife's problems than this new marriage? Yeah, that guy's got the same fucking tattoo.
Really?
Yeah, same one.
Whoops.
All right.
Well, you got the same taste.
Right. So, right. Me and him should be like besties.
Yeah.
Pen pals, at least.
You have a lot in common.
Yeah, we do. But, so when I went in and I asked the tattoo parlor, I wanted them to etch individual names into the crown of thorns to make it original.
Right.
And I had John Bon Jovi, Baby Spice,
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Resnick,
Oh, my God.
Sebastian Bach, Duff McKagan. Like, I had all these musical artists, and I wanted them to write it in, like, real small, fine print throughout the Thorn. And they were just like, first of all, this is going to take forever, but it's not something I'm willing to do because in about 10 years, you're not going to care about any of these people. And this is on your body forever.
Oh, that's what they said?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they, just because the tattoo would wear down, it's going to
bleed.
It's
going to
gonna
bleed.
look terrible.
You're not going to be able to
Not even
read
gonna be able to read
It's
it.
going to look horrible, and I don't want the studio to be attached to that.
Right.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, the real problem that I have with this is that you want to tattoo Baby Spice on your fucking arm.
Yeah.
And
Aren't you glad?
I would be okay with it, actually. Baby Spice is one of the few. I would be okay with that, to have a Baby Spice.
You're okay with
tattoo.
her, but the John Bon Jovi, you would cringe?
No, I wouldn't cringe, really, to be honest with you. What are we, 20 years removed from that? Like, I wouldn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'd fucking be like, yeah, it's fucking Duff McKagan, Johnny Resnick, fucking Rob Thomas, fucking Baby Spice.
I love that you were willing to get his name tattooed. At that day, that moment, you were going to go in there and get John Bon Jovi's name tattooed on your wall of flesh.
Bon Jovi, the real spelling.
Okay. Yes. And yet, I don't think you bought one of his CDs
In 10 years.
after that tattoo. Since you've had that tattoo.
I think the last album of Bon Jovi's I brought was Crossroads. Yeah, that's with
Isn't that his greatest hits?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Good old Bon Jovi.
Oh, boy.
Coming through in the clutch. Anyway, Candlebox, coming up pretty quick. You and me.
Only like 6 weeks away.
Okay? You and me, we're locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who we include in that group, let's figure that out.
Okay.
Okay?
My wife wants to go.
Oh, okay. Approved.
All right. We got sound effects on this.
Well, let me make this as awkward as possible, and I'll throw out some names throughout the next 6 weeks. I'll be like, "How about this?"
Yeah.
And then you'll be like,
I'm going to have to do the tattoo thing. Like, listen, I'm going to say no because 4 weeks from now, you're not going to care about this person.
Right. Okay, so we're in agreement that our party to Candlebox,
Uh-huh.
and folks, Candlebox was one of the first concerts I ever saw with Joe, and I love Candlebox.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
And I remember the Candlebox concert because people started moshing, and you and I got separated with our girls.
Yeah.
And it was such an experience, like just Candlebox. Like, I can't wait to see it.
The uncontrollable, when you're in a crowd like that and you can't fight it, you have to go with it.
Right.
Where they're pushing you and you're swaying back and forth.
And you've got a girl to protect.
And you're trying not to go down with the ship. And
Right.
and you're trying to help her stay upright.
Right.
When really the best thing to do would be like ditch her and take care of yourself.
Well, and we're there to listen to Candlebox.
Right.
It's not a moshing band. That's the thing that pissed me off the most.
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
true. Their music does get heavy, but it's not like, come on, everybody, mosh.
Like,
Yeah.
it ruined the crowd. Ruined that show for me.
Moshing was that's what you do at concerts. Like,
Yeah.
It didn't matter what concert you went to.
That was during the Korn.
They were going to start like a circle where people fought and...
What the fuck is up with that?
Or not fight, but like...
Oh, they're expressing themselves. They're getting their aggression out. This is positive. No, man. It's horrible. Yeah, but look at the way that he knocked him over and then helped him back up. Yeah, but he also hit his fucking head. What are we doing here? I thought we were here to see the band. I didn't know that we were here to fucking swap sweat
Yeah.
with one another. And
I think they crack down on that shit now. Because it ruins the show.
It does, and it did. So I'm looking forward to the rechance of being able to see Candlebox. Now, when we saw them, they were at an established music venue, where we saw a lot of bands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a high price ticket. It was a nice venue. It was a nice place of work. Where we're going to go see them now, 15 years later, is one of those bars that no matter what time of day you walk into, they could have just opened, just mopped, just cleaned. It smells like vomit.
Oh,
and
it's
fucking
not
beer.
like that.
Oh, come on now.
No.
It's awful.
No, it's not.
It's one of the worst smelling venues. Or not. I'm not even going to call it a fucking venue. Two white.
I've
crew
never been
places.
offended by the.
Oh,
the
it's
smell of it.
offensive. It is.
I don't know what you're talking
offensive.
about.
I'm gonna. Yeah. You see, you don't notice it because within the first 5 minutes of you being there, you adapt to it, and then it just becomes normal.
I see.
But then if you walked outside to smoke a cigarette, of all things, and then walk back in, you'd be like, "Oh, this place reeks." It's offensive
okay.
to me and my nasal cavity, but it upsets me. But we'll be able to see Candlebox. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, give me your guest list. We'll see what we can.
All right.
What we can do.
Sounds good.
All right, you guys. Thank you guys for listening to the Bill and Joe Show. We will be back next week, and that's it.
All right.
Watch the tides and we borrow too much. We form restrictions, we form lines, and we separate you from me. But sometimes we carry more weight than we owe. Oh, sometimes. Sometimes goes on.